share some thoughts on what he's building. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you once again for the opportunity. My name is Oluseye Oyeni. Nigeria has a population of about 200 million people, and we are very vibrant and very intellectual. I don't come here for the facts, for the literacy rate or whatever, but I'm coming here for our health consciousness. Nigerians are very health conscious and very intelligent when it comes to their health. Right from our heritage, our forefathers have always taught themselves about use of herbs and a lot. So with conventional medicines, it brought more intelligent way of treating ourselves. So we are doing the next step with our platform, nowpx.com.ng. We understand the fact that the world is going digital, especially with the youth, who constitute about 60% of the population. Many of our activities are done online, from our shopping to transportation, whether you shop on Jumia or you transport yourself via Uber or you rent a house on Airbnb or wherever you buy your flight ticket online or everything. Everything is moving digital. Even our communication with our spouses and our loved ones is mostly digital. So why leave out our health? Why leave out our health, our treatment of assessing quality health to distance or to options of only movement? And that was why the platform nowpx.com.ng was born. We understand the fact that there is a prevailing infectious diseases in the environment. I mean, recent outbreak of COVID, the infectious disease has given rise to a need for efficient and effective treatment solutions to the population in a very short time as possible. Everything can be negotiated, but not your health. You can negotiate whatever you want to buy, but not your health. You just have to be fit before you go to work. You have to be fit before you do whatever you want to do. And so we understand that assessing this quality health as a problem or as a challenge at the behind the scenes anyway, even though it doesn't occur to us most times. So there is a cumbersome process for people that sell drugs to us in procuring these drugs, whether they are importers or whether they're local manufacturers. There are a lot of challenges from financing to manufacturing to distribution. We are taking care of the distribution aspect and a bit of the quality aspect through our platform, in the sense that we don't want you as a pharmacist or you as a patient to have a headache because you need to transport your pharmaceutical products from maybe Idumota to your store somewhere in Osun State or to your store somewhere in Delta State. Then you have to keep coming to Idumota facing traffic and the like. So we want to fill that need. We understand we are not eliminating Idumota, rather are we going against our very ambitious guys in those locations, but want to help each other by connecting both this process to your doorstep, whereby you don't have to face the problem of logistics or transportation, of whether you're going to be facing bad roads or traffic, or whether it's going to rain and the rain is going to pour on your pharmaceutical products, and that means a loss. So what we are doing is that we are bridging the gap of this logistics by bringing all the quality pharmaceutical products that you need for whatever ailments or illnesses to your doorstep without stress. You don't have to go to the store if you don't want to. You don't have to go to the store because you're afraid of contracting COVID, or you're afraid of somebody knowing what drug you want to buy by looking at your back. Even if it's a pack of condom you want to buy, it's nobody's business. So Now Pharmacy bridges that gap by you, from your mobile phone or your laptop or whatever, you pick up you go to the website and order for drugs of your choice, and they are delivered to your doorstep. So we understand the need of your privacy and the need of the logistics, which we've solved. So our solution is using the platform, the tech platform, which is the website. Then how the solution works is that wholesalers and retailers, to ensure the quality of drugs, they have to upload their NAFDAC and their PCN certificate on the platform, so that we are sure that these drugs are approved. These stores are approved to get our products for those that are not patients. But for those that are patients, we want to be sure that the drugs that you want to order or you want to pick up if it's a prescription drug, you have a prescription from your medical doctor or physician to actually use that drug so that you don't abuse the drug on our platform. But if it's an over-the-counter drug like a vitamin C, a blood tonic, a gold circle condom, a supplement that you need, or even a cream for the body or soap that you've not been looking for, you've not been seeing at your average stores or pharmacies, or you just want that privacy and convenience of somebody bringing it to your doorstep without you having to walk down this next street because you need to get just a product. So now pharmacy is the place to go for such. Then what we talk about our competitors, we are not shying away from the fact that Nigeria is a vibrant marketplace and there are lots of smart entrepreneurs that have taken advantage of this need. We highlight and understand the fact that there are competitors, but me and you know there's a very huge gap. Our competitors have their select audience who they target, and they are doing very fine and profitable. A lot of investments are gone into the sector, which we appreciate, and it's not my forte to go into that here. But we are covering those huge gaps that still exist. We still see our products that are not well packaged in some locations. We still see some of them having challenges in transportation. Even getting to some locations here in Lagos, logistics problems that you face. So we will still bridge those gaps. We will still supply to the inner towns that are not very popular. We will supply to the also popular locations. We will supply the products that you don't find at your everyday pharmacy. We supply the product that somebody is shy to pick up at the pharmacy because of crowd, or somebody looking behind you to see what you're buying or what time. They will supply the need of the time of your order. Aboki does not have to be closed before you get a product that you need to buy. The pharmacy at your store, because of curfew, has closed and you need a product. Who will bridge that gap? Because we are working with the regulators, we are working with the policymakers in terms of the policymakers to ensure that this product gets to you. We have partners in logistics that whether coffee or not, they can move because it's an essential item. But if you are working on the road, you are at risk of whatever. But it's an essential item. We are recognized by these regulators and these partners. So we are allowed to get these products to you at odd hours and at normal hours and at the right quality and the right price equally. We are not just coming to you at a very high price. The market size is very huge. It's about $2 billion in Nigeria, and it goes at about 9%. We have huge competitors in the West, in Africa, that has invested millions and millions of dollars and are still investing millions of dollars into this very important sector that connects to our essential survivor. So our key proposition, which is logistics and convenience, and presently our growth rate for national is about 9%, but our personal growth rate is about 30% monthly. And we know that there are over 1 million pharmaceutical wholesalers and retailers. So we target them. Nigeria, of course, has about 200 million population. The youths have about 60%. They are tech savvy. Our present action, I've talked about that, over 10,000 more partners in terms of distribution, whether it's the vans or it's the bikes for generating and building up our advertisement so that more people will be aware of this platform. So people do not just suffer without knowing there's a solution to all their problems. We will acquire more inventory by financing inventory so that we have variety of products so that you don't run out of stock in 2 a.m. or whatever hours. You can log in and get those products. And so we have a funding ask in about $70,000 to finance all these needs. We are open to investors and open to all our partners to ensure there is return on our partners' investments and also return in terms of quality healthcare to the populace. You can contact us through our platforms, whether it's our website or you send us an email or you call our mobile phones. We'll be right there to meet you 24 hours.
All right. Thank you very much. Olusheye, thank you very much. We wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so next is My School 365, represented by Wale Bakare. Wale, can you hear me? Please unmute. Yes, you may speak, Wale. Can you hear me? Hello, Wale Bakari. Wale Bakari, we need to confirm your audio.
Hear me?
Okay, yes.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, you have 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wale Bakari, and I'm the co-founder of My School 365. My School 365 is just a platform that's simplifying school management for school owners. So the problem we are trying to solve is today there has been a shift from manual to digital platform. We have some school owners in Nigeria still documenting their school administration using the paper method, even though with the effect of COVID-19 that has forced most of school to go online digital. So what the problem we are trying to solve is just to help school owners to offload the cumbersome paperwork and also the manual process of school administration they are using. And our solution is a very simple and robust one, which is called My School 365. So My School 365 is a simple, robust, and affordable school management solution. It helps schools owner to automate their school administration by generating insightful reports, make better and fast decision on a centralized web base. So how it works is that we have a 4-pattern platform. The teacher has their own platform where they manage students, take attendance, and also mark results. We have the admin platform, which manage and control the full control of the school at hand. And also we have the students platform where students collaborate with their class teacher, where they can have an online class, an online exam, mark the attendance and the rest. And also we have a platform for the parents, where parents can monitor the activities of their wards and also communicate with the school easily. So one of our unique value proposition is we focus on users, because one of the things we've discovered, because what basically brought this idea was that when we do have hello.
We can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Thank you. So, because basically what makes us come up with this solution is because for our past year experience in teaching students coding, anytime we get to schools, what most of these school owners complain about is they want a system that can help them manage their school effectively. So one of our unique selling proposition is one, we are user friendly. We don't just give people the solution. We try to understand the problem and come up with a very suitable solution that tailors to their own problem. And also it's affordable. Also, it saves time, because most of the things you have to do on paper, you can quickly do that using our platform, and also it boosts efficiency. So we started in January this year, but because of the pandemic, we currently now we have 20 schools on our platform with above 250 students. And how we try to generate income is we have basically a stream of income. We have the basic, we have the standard, and the premium. The basic is for schools that has student and teacher from 1 to 100. So in Nigerian money, we charge 60,000 naira for that per term, which is like $110 to $130 per term. And we have the standard form that is from 100 to 200 students. We charge 80,000 naira per term, which is like $140 or $150, and the premium, which is 200 above, which is we charge 100, and that is like $180 to $200. So, and we have a year plan for the next 1 year, planning to reach 200 schools with above 500 plus students. And currently now the market size for fintech edutech in Africa is 1.8 billion, and the global market size for school management solution it's $2.57 billion.
Well, you have 1 minute more.
Hello?
You have 1 minute more.
Okay, thank you very much. So currently now our ask is we're asking for $30,000 to expand our team and also reach 500 schools the next 2 years. So our vision in the next few years, we want to be a leading human platform for emerging markets. And this is my team. I am Wale Bakari. I have 5 years experience in data business management. This is Promise, who's our lead developer, and also have our head of creativity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Wale. Thank you very much. My school 365. Next is Jose Maria Agulana, founder or co-founder, My Why Invest. Can you hear me, Jose Maria?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. You have 5 minutes. Your time starts now.
All right. Thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Agulana Jose Maria. I am the co-founder of My Invest. So My Invest is a property technology company. What we do is that we grant access to fractional real estate investments across Africa. So it's having issues with the pitch deck. All right. So we have a vision to create a world where everyone can invest in real estate. And our mission is to create real estate investment opportunities for everyone. We noticed 3 core problems: high cost of real estate investments, illiquidity in the real estate markets, and the lack of inclusion. Our solution basically creates an avenue for individuals to actually be part of multi-million-dollar projects in Nigeria and across Africa. We also create a secondary market whereby individuals that have acquired, let's say, a residential property or a landed property, or have invested in the construction of a project, can exit in that scenario, probably in the next, in a period of 1 to 6 months, they could easily exit. Our market validation is called top three things: the 22 million housing deficits in the most populous nation in Nigeria. Currently, we are producing over 100,000 units in Nigeria, and we should be meeting up to like 700,000. And the penetration of the internet space, individuals are much more open to invest or participate in a real estate asset through the internet platforms that we provide. Our market size, we're looking at a large scale of Africa. We believe that there is immense potential in the African market, and we are looking at a market share of 15% in the next 5 years. That's roughly 85 million people. So we started operations this year. Throughout last year, we were involved in partnerships and R&D operations. This year, we officially launched our investment option on the 16th of March, and we raised 3 million in 3 weeks. We also launched a new investment option on our platform known as Cambridge Apartments, where we raised roughly 30 million in a month. So this is our platform. Everyone can check on it. It's www.myinvest.com. And you can easily skim through the investment options there to pick whatever investments are open. I think we have one construction investment option. So basically, you're contributing to the construction of a real estate asset. And after a given holding period, you get paid back your investment and your return. We're looking for a seed funding of $250,000 that will cover the technology, marketing, human resources, and investments in research and development. Our revenue model is very simple. We have joint venture agreements with developers across board, and we have a profit sharing mechanism to that. We also have a commission that we earn for short-term revenue, and we have a platform fee for every investment being made on our platform. So anyone that makes an exact investment can actually make, will have to pay a platform fee for that. So these are the financial projections that we have. One of the cool things that we did was to make sure that individuals can invest with as low as 20,000 naira on each project. The project we had now was roughly, we closed recently, was roughly 50 million. And a lot of people could actually invest on the project with as low as 20,000 naira. And that was the one thing that made it very unique for our platform. So we have an amazing team. This is my partner, Emmanuel Golana. We have a CTO, we have a CPO that is in charge of products, we have the HR manager, we have the research, we have the brand manager. We also have the board of advisors that helps us to put us in check to make sure that everything is in line. We have someone in the business development, the legal counsel, and the financial advisor as well. So we do realize that we have some competitors in the market, but we have some certain things that distinct us from the rest of them. We have some, sorry?
1 more minute.
Thank you very much. So we have personalized real estate investment portfolio whereby individuals can invest at their own time and their own investment category. They could invest in diverse assets, they can liquidate their assets, and they can find investment options that benefit them in the long term. So feel free to reach out to us. We have our companies at number 10 Hughes Avenue. This is my number. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, Agulana Jose Maria, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to pitch today. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Jose Maria. Last but not the least, right now, we will bring up the COO of Proxima, who would also be pitching right about now. That is Habib Aremu, COO Proxima. Habib, can you hear me?
So my name is Toby. I'm actually going to be presenting for Brand Mobile Africa.
Okay, you may share your slide and then you can start.
Sure. So good afternoon, everyone. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Toby. I'm the CEO of Brand Mobile Africa, and we'll be talking to you about our gamification ecosystem. Today, we're not really speaking around getting investment or anything of that nature. We're just trying to appeal to startup founders, some of the people who are speaking today. If you're looking to put products out into the market, especially if your product is B2C, we'd like to show you how gamification can be one of the most powerful tactics that you can deploy in terms of customer onboarding, conversion, and retention. So the main issue today is that, obviously in Nigeria and I guess across the whole world, we're currently in what we call an attention economy. Your customer is more than likely going to interact with your brand on a mobile device. So your customer is more than likely going to interact with you on a mobile device. So it's ever more imperative for brands to think about, the brand experience design. What are the differentiating factors that are going to enable you to engage, retain, convert those users, but most importantly, also gain insights around their behaviors and how they interact with your products and your services. So what is gamification really? Obviously, we don't have the time to go into too much depth, but gamification, quite simply put, is the application of game playing elements. So some of the key mechanics that makes the gaming industry so successful. If we're able to sort of implement those game tactics into non-gaming environments like sales, like marketing, we find that we get exactly the same types of results. So what I mean is that by leveraging on tactics like using things like points, leaderboards, badges, rewards, we find that you're going to be able to tap into the psyche of your consumers a lot more. You're going to be able to influence and shape their behaviors and get them to not only be aware of your product, but also to become active users of your products and services. Today, we have quite a powerful ecosystem. We have Proxima, which is an HTML5 type of technology. What we do is that we create a very simple game on an HTML5 link. We skin that for your brands and your brand's images and your logos, and will then enable you to share that link with multiple users, millions of users across multiple platforms. So it could be via SMS or via email, for example. We also have consumers, which we're not going to talk too much about today, because consumers is basically a decentralized gamification and platform for loyalty. It means that whether you're selling a technology product or a physical product, you can literally plug into consumers and you have access to gamified loyalty and retention strategies to consistently engage and delight your users. Of course, everything that we do is centered around enabling you to get real consumer data-driven insights. So exactly how the users behave, their psychographics, what locations are they engaging with you from. So things that would enable you to shape your marketing efforts, to look at your marketing strategy in a lot more depth. Today, when we speak to founders, we speak to other founders and we speak to digital marketers, we hear exactly the same types of pain points. You know, you put your product into the market, especially on digital platforms, you get loads of people clicking on likes, loads of awareness, but more often than not, it doesn't tend to translate into those users converting to becoming active users of your platform. So with gamification, what we find is that we can, again, like I said, one of the major things about gamification is that it speaks to the psychology of your users, it speaks to their behaviors. And by layering your social media or your digital campaigns with a little bit of gamification, you can drive a lot more conversion, a lot more lead generation, and of course, better retention of users. So let me just walk you through how Proxima works today. So what you're looking at is a very simple ecosystem for a client that wanted us to run a campaign. And in this campaign, what they wanted to do was to go beyond eyeballs. They actually wanted to, share some nice rewards for their users in terms of discount vouchers, and they wanted to ensure that those users were compelled. So it's not just about giving out, rewards and getting attention. We want to compel these users to actually take the types of calls to action that you as a brand or you as a business are looking for. So we simply create a simple game like flip and match, like what you're seeing here. We have other sorts of template games like spin the wheel, basketball, and the likes. And within this skinning of this game and creating the strategy, we're going to put in like lots of calls to action, loads of different core drives that would then use to compel the users to take the actions you want. So you can deploy your link either via SMS if you have a really good SMS CRM database. And you could also deploy via digital, so like email and the likes. Programmatic is also a very strong one. We are partnered with some strong programmatic partners. And of course, social media being another one. Social media being quite easy because of course, it's already a fantastic marketplace where there's, it's already a fantastic auditorium where you have loads of users. Now it's a question of, okay, how do we turn the awareness into conversion? So you deploy your link, user simply clicks on that link, and rather than just your typical banner ads or your typical types of campaigns that you see online, in this case, we're inviting the users to engage. We want it to be immersive for them. And right at the very beginning, we generate a lead for you because for the users to engage in your campaign, they have to put in either their phone numbers or their email address, which is then verified. All of this data will be available to you as a brand at the end of your campaign. So in this case, the user plays a very, very simple game. The main core drive we're using here is unpredictability and curiosity. We know that people love, Nigeria especially, we know people love our woof, people love giveaways and things like that, yeah? And by the fact that they know that there's nothing really to lose if they play, if you win, fantastic. If you lose, nothing happens, you don't lose any money. We find that engagement is driven a lot higher. So the user simply has to play this game. They want to match these two items in order for them to get a discount voucher. Another thing that we notice within the gamification is that, when you deploy tactics like this and your users are engaged in your campaign and they're having a lot of fun, they're not going to be thinking a lot about, the type of data or the type of information that you're trying to acquire. So it makes it's actually a very, very important opportunity for you to then, find out a little bit more about the psyche of your users. So in this case here, we just want to know, before the pandemic, was this person a Netflix and chill kind of person, or were they the types of people to go out clubbing with their friends? Now, this data is very important because at the end of the campaign, first of all, it's very important because you can choose whatever questions you want to ask, right? And at the end of the campaign, it's also provided for you in terms of how many users answered and how they answered these questions. Anyway, once the user has played this game here and they've answered their question, instantly, if they've won, they're rewarded with a discount voucher. Now, in a typical social media campaign, more often than not, this campaign would end here because now you have to either slide into the user's DMs or they have to slide into yours to provide you with their real information. What tends to happen in those campaigns is that you're so hyper-focused on the winners that you forget about absolutely everybody else who was involved in this campaign. But by keeping everything within this same game world, the user wins his discount voucher. And rather than sending them away, we simply tie it into a key call to action. In this case, the brand wanted the user to redeem by clicking through to their e-commerce landing page, where they could then redeem this voucher by making a purchase. Now, one of the most important things about our platform is that everything happens absolutely in real time. Everything happens absolutely in real time. So from the moment that the user clicks on the link to the moment that they begin to engage with your campaign, we can track all of that for you. We can tell you what types of devices they're using, what types of locations they're engaging from. You're also going to be able to get information around the, like the types of data points and the types of information that they're providing. Again, like I said, there are other ways that we can sort of elongate these types of campaigns. There are some key core drives that we use, things like unpredictability and curiosity, social influence and relatedness. Maybe you want the campaign to be a bit more viral, you want it to go across multiple platforms. I'm telling you, by deploying something as simple, a simple game mechanic like leaderboards, before you know it, the conversation is moving from Instagram to Twitter to WhatsApp, and your campaign has gone viral. Everything that's happening here is trackable in real time. You can pause the campaign, you can stop it, you can change the campaign direction, you can even change your creative. What it means for you is that the ROI is entirely in your hands. So again, it's not like a typical digital campaign where you run a campaign, then you have to wait till the end to look at your reports and then whether it works or not. In this case, you can determine which direction you want your campaign to go in. All the information is being captured within our DMP, our data management platform. And like I said, we can tell you in real time the types of users, the types of devices, where they're coming from, and how they're engaging with your campaign. So yeah, why is gamification so powerful? Well, if you look at the gaming industry today, overall, it's worth about $150 billion. The mobile gaming industry is expected to be worth about $77 billion by the end of this year. And that's really because games are packed filled with psychological core drives that are known to motivate and drive human behaviors. So things like accomplishments and development, social influence and relatedness. I'm not going to go through all the different core drives, but honestly, the science of gamification it's not just about using games to entertain users. It's actually about using the core concepts of gaming and psychological core drives to motivate users across non-gaming environments. So also another thing to take into consideration is the fact that even in Nigeria, one of the things people tell us, but people don't play games. Again, simply not true. In Nigeria, the mobile social gaming market in January was worth about $123 million. I can't get the statistic to know what it's worth now, but I'm sure that with the lockdown, that figure there would have definitely increased. So not only do Nigerians play games, they pay to play them. The other thing that you will notice, which we haven't put here, is that games tend to cut across all psychographics, all demographics. It doesn't matter if people are rich, poor, old, young, male, female, everybody plays games, right? And because of the fact that games are so unbelievably successful, whether it's in generating revenue or in driving user behaviors, we know that by extracting those core drives, extracting those game mechanics, we can deploy it across multiple business functions for exactly the same types of success. And of course, you get guaranteed conversion when you're using gamification tactics. Today at Brand Mobile, we run campaigns not just in Nigeria, we run campaigns in other parts of Africa and also in Europe, where we've worked for the likes of Starbucks, Veramoda, Carlsberg. And I'm telling you, right now in Nigeria, we're averaging about 57% in terms of conversion rates compared to the likes of Google, where you're getting roughly about 9%, and Facebook and Instagram, which fluctuates anywhere between 3.1 to 4.7%. So we know that, again, by applying a bit of game mechanics, you're going to drive a lot more conversion, you're going to drive a lot more engagement, you're going to generate a lot more leads, and most importantly, you'll find out a lot more about your users, how they behave, whether they're likely to be brand evangelists, whether they're likely to share your products. Thank you.
Toby, representing the CEO of Proxima, thank you for that. It's obvious you've practiced your pitch over and over again because you were spot on. I was going to tell you that it was time up, but you were spot on. Thank you for that. So we wish all the gentlemen that have pitched all the best as they build their product. We hope that this opportunity given to you by the Nigeria FinTech Week will lead to greater opportunities. This is where we ended for the morning edition, but for the afternoon edition that would start in just about an hour time, we will be having two sessions. The first session is using tech, two sessions running simultaneously, D211 and D22. So D21 will be using tech to build relevant skills for the future of work. And then the second one will have a keynote address by the Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, Dr. Chikwe Ihekweazu. That will also be at 4 p.m. and it's titled Tech Driving Improvements in Health Security. I mean, one sector that we all know needs the same touch that has come to the financial services industry is the health industry. We know that that industry needs a lot of innovation, as well as the education industry. But yes, this is where we draw the curtain for the very first morning edition of day 2. We'll be back in 1 hour. We just want you to take a break, do other things, and then join us by 4 p.m. Don't miss it. It promises to be a packed session, and that one ends exactly 5 p.m. And then we'll call it a day, and then we'll look forward to day 3. So until I come back again in 1 hour, my name is Chukwuemeka Fred Egbata. Happy to be your anchor for the Nigeria FinTech Week 2020. We'll be right back.